and welcome to the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update. It's Wednesday, September 1st, 2021. Welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to open up the month of September with you guys. We've got an exciting month ahead of us from the looks of it. Currently the price action opening up September is pretty exciting. Ethereum seemingly leading the way, leading the charge. Ethereum's up another 7-ish% today. Makes it over 14% in the last 48 hours. Yeah, Ethereum a bit on a bit of a breakout, currently peeking its head over the daily baseline. And big question today is Bitcoin, which seemingly also in lower time frames, turning up a little bit. Is Bitcoin about to follow in Ethereum's footsteps, or is this whole move fated to be wiped out by the next big red candles? Is this one big fake out, or are your bullish juices flowing this Wednesday afternoon? Of course, this is the question we're going to attempt to answer on today's episode. As always, it's your host, Crypto Jack, coming live, joined by two of the CC's finest analysts. Got Alex and Jason with us today. How you boys doing?
Oh, I'm well, thank you.
Doing well. Got the day started off right with a good workout. Now I'm just kind of ready to see what's happening in the market.
Right
Apparently
on.
Bitcoin wants to buck the downtrend here, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, we certainly see if this will is the Bitcoin reversing course here, and yes, indeed, following Ethereum in this fresh rally. Ethereum indeed powering through $3,700 right now. A little over 3,700. You know what this means, right? This puts us within earshot of.
You know what this means? This means I was right. Ethereum did diverge from Bitcoin in this spot.
Indeed, you did. That's something I think we talked about on Monday's episode, and began to foment yesterday on the charts, and here we are. Yes, 2 days into it. Indeed, Ethereum charging hard against Bitcoin. Looking good out there, guys. Let's get into it. You know how it goes. We've got an hour plus ahead of you. Of course, going to look at some news in just a moment. Going to get into the crypto bubbles. Going to shout out the audience. Going to get into an overview. Of course, high quality TA comes your way in probably about 30 minutes, courtesy of Alex. Alex will head up TA as always, and we'll open up the DLive chest in about an hour's time. Get to everybody's requests. So that's the usual schedule. Going to get right into it. Got news up first. All right, this first article coming by way of Bitcoinist. Twitter testing tips with the Bitcoin Lightning Network. How Bitcoin adoption could go parabolic with this latest move. Yes, this is significant. Alex, of course, brought this to my attention this morning. With this tweet here, he posted to the News Pulse Premium. Yes, it was indeed breaking news just 5 hours ago. Twitter beta testing the Lightning Network for tips. So let's read this article. Social media network Twitter could be closer than ever in its path to integration of Bitcoin Lightning Network for micropayments. Per a report from news website Mac Rumors, the platform is currently testing it for operating system iOS beta. The purpose of the integration is to enable a new payment option for users to reward content creators via the recently launched feature called Tip Jar. The payment option with Bitcoin, the report claims, is yet to be enabled. However, people have found code within the app suggesting Twitter is in the process of rolling it out, says Mac Rumors. Mobile developer Alessandro Paluzzi usually shares updates on new features to be implemented on major platforms such as WhatsApp, Instagram, and Twitter. And Paluzzi reverse engineered the app and found the image below. Upon launch, users will be introduced to Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. Its second layer payment solution allows people to send and receive faster payments at cheaper costs over the base layer. In addition, Paluzzi found that Twitter will use Strike to generate its Bitcoin Lightning invoices. The platform will require users to connect their Strike accounts to start using the feature. Indeed, this is the image that was ripped from the beta on iOS. What is the Lightning Network? So a little infographic, I guess, to open it up with to greet the iOS users. We use Strike to generate Bitcoin Lightning invoices, secure cryptography, blah, blah, blah. Strike only operates in the US and El Salvador. Dorsey, however, Bernard, this is a weird sentence. I didn't write it. Let's see here. The CEO and founder of Bitcoin-based savings app BitNob That's also an interesting name for a company. Noted that in other parts of the world, such as Africa, people can't access Strike. Thus, he congratulated Twitter on his efforts to integrate Lightning tips and offered help to help expand the access in the future. Blah, blah, blah. All right, guys, you get the idea. Jack Dorsey, of course, and Square Inc. Betting big on a Bitcoin. Another Bitcoin initiative. Thank you, Mr. Dorsey, for taking up taking up the torch, taking up the mantle of Lightning and Bitcoin adoption. I know Lightning has really struggled to gain traction, but maybe this indeed will be a critical move. And it's nice that we have somebody in our camp not just looking to launch their own alt or spin up a derivative of Ethereum or a proof of stake version of such. We got somebody actually trying to build on the bones of the culture, the scene, the tech, and of course Bitcoin. My hat's off to Dorsey on a day like this. Will this in fact help spring Bitcoin up to its next leg up? That's the big question here. Is this bullish enough news, or does nobody really care about Lightning and tipping on Twitter? Maybe not super significant. All right, let's get into the next one. Anybody have any Lightning here? Any Lightning funds? I remember, must have been a few years ago now. I remember sending like $40 to a Lightning wallet that I still have on my phone. I just checked it now. I've got currently $400 of Bitcoin on Lightning Network. So there you go, guys. I guess I'm just a little bit ahead of the curve. Let's go ahead and get into this next piece. Let's see here. More Lightning news. Go figure. Bitcoin rewards app Fold is set to go full Lightning in 2022. In a press release sent to Bitcoin Magazine, Bitcoin rewards app giant Fold, I don't know if anybody's using this particular Fold app, but they confirmed that they have committed to integrating Lightning Network's support by the end of 2022. It's an effort to support the growth of the Lightning Network, a second layer scaling solution for Bitcoin, proving to be vital in Bitcoin's journey to becoming a medium of exchange. Lightning allows for low-fee, off-chain transactions and near-instant micropayment processing, in addition to greater privacy. With Fold integrating the Lightning Network, this will help bring many more users into the mix. Fold currently has over 500,000 mobile app users, with many of whom this will be their first experience using Lightning after already having been exposed to the benefits of Bitcoin rewards. And the rest reads like your typical PR statement direct from Fold, but you get the idea, guys. Another company, go figure, taking an opportune moment, I guess, on the coattails of the big Twitter, rumor reveal. Fold decides to also throw its hat in the Lightning ring, or at least announce as such. All right, that is it probably for Lightning topics today. Here's one. Fake. Everybody familiar, I guess, with the artist Banksy, the street artist Banksy? Well, apparently a fake Banksy NFT sold for 100 ETH. Man, the NFT, the scams, the scams and all the fraud that you've seen in the alt space, apparently migrating over to the latest gold rush known as NFTs. But let's have a look here. Everything we know about the fake Banksy NFT from News BTC fits together like puzzle pieces. It's a mysterious story, but no one in the end gets hurt. It's actually a feel-good story with a twist. First of all, the person who bought the fake Banksy NFT is known as Pranksy. That's right, Pranksy. What are the odds? And it just gets weirder from there. You see, Pranksy's a notorious NFT collector. Twitter gave him a blue check mark. His prominence in NFT community is what elevates this story. Was this person targeted? Pranksy bought the piece Great Redistribution of the Climate Change Disaster, knowing full well that there was risk involved. Even though Banksy's official site hosted a page linking to the auction, the forged piece of digital art popped up on Banksy's official site on Tuesday morning under the now deleted URL. The only thing on the page was a JPEG of what presumably was Banksy's take on the billion-dollar CryptoPunk hype train. Indeed, the photo is right here. Kind of looks like a CryptoPunk, maybe with a bit of Banksy flair. And so it pops up on Banksy's site for 100 ETH, and what do you think happens? Somebody jumps all over it. This Pranksy guy ends up spending 100 ETH to snatch this thing up right away. Well, soon thereafter, guys, I'm going to cut to the chase. Turns out it's a hoax. It's a fake. It was pulled from OpenSea. The link was removed from the website. Had been an elaborate hoax, and link is pulled. Now, good news, of course, is somehow the return to the scam ETH. Let's see here. So, perhaps an equally strange turn of events. The scammer returned the 97.69 ETH to Pranksy a little more than 8 hours later. Quote, no idea why he returned the funds. Pranksy told Decrypt, I think I tracked him down and he was made aware. Yeah, nothing like finally tracking down the scammer and being like, look, man, just give up the bag. You did me wrong here. I'm gonna hunt you down to the rest of my days. You better return it. And go figure. This is one of those days where the what's his name, Nielsen, Taken guy. Yeah, I will find you. I will kill you. Yes, Liam Neeson. That's the one, right? So Pranksy, I guess, reached out, said, listen, bro, I reverse engineered your tracks on the blockchain. Yes, exactly. I got a particular set of skills. I can find anybody on the blockchain. You better give it up. And in this case, the refund, totally unexpected. Press coverage of the hack, plus that I found the hacker and followed him on Twitter, may have pushed him to a refund. I feel very lucky. Others in a similar situation with less reach would not have had the same outcome. Indeed. I guess this guy drummed up enough noise that, well, the hacker gave up the bag. It was a nice try. It was a nice try. 100 ETH, there and back, just like that. Well, just another PSA for why you got to be careful out here in NFT land. Let's go ahead and get into one of the next stories. We're almost done the news for today. SEC Chair Gensler is reaching out to the European Parliament on crypto regulation. Wow, now they're crossing the pond, so to speak, to get everybody harmonized on this big potential crypto crackdown. Let's have a look. Chairman of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, Gary Gensler, appeared before the European Parliament on Wednesday for, quote, an exchange of views. Speaking virtually before the Committee on the Economic and Monetary Affairs, Gensler highlighted financial technologies that are breaking down borders and bringing European and American markets together. Quote, I think the transformation we're living through right now could be very bit as big as the internet in the 1990s. Wow. Well, I know that's something that crypto heads have been talking about for a very long time now. It's nice to see it come out of the mouth of somebody as, I guess, influential, as important, prominent as Gensler. Specifically, Gensler highlighted the importance of, quote, the field of crypto assets. This is a $2.1 trillion asset class, and it's truly global. It has no borders or boundaries and operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Wow, he's really pouring on the praise for crypto. But where's the other shoe drop? Parliamentary member from Ireland, Billy Kellner, asked Gensler about new technologies that could be applied to crypto exchanges to keep regulators or help regulators ensure investor protections. Quote, yes, there are technologies that can help platforms on AML and ensuring investor protections, explained Gensler, but I also think it's a combination of the hard and software on these platforms, the software particularly, and that which you do in your legislative body and what we do as regulators. All right, big non-answer. Yes, we can do something, but not really clear what. Green finance and new environmental, social, and governance disclosures were also a high priority for the committee. They've been as they've been for the SEC in the U.S., climate change and government pressures have caused financiers around the world to add sustainability concerns to risk calculations when picking investments. Gensler's comments today in many ways resemble earlier speeches to the U.S. organizations, but in reaching out and speaking with European legislators, he played a role in the Biden admin's interest in the globalization of financial markets. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen also spent much of 2021 on a diplomatic blitz to establish global benchmark for corporate taxes to crack down on jurisdiction shopping. In the realm of crypto, Yellen and Gensler have both focused in part on the roles of stablecoins in trading. All right, well, that's it for this piece. But yes, man, we are indeed living through an interesting new era. Indeed, this Biden admin's interest in globalization of financial markets. Yes, I can feel the borders being teared down right now. I think globalization was interesting for the last couple of decades. Wait till you see what comes next. There'll be nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Except unless you're the super rich, I'm sure they'll show you the door to private wealth management somewhere just right outside the auspices of the regulators of the global governance. So there you go. Let me see here. Another story. How are we doing on time? Yeah, all right. I guess I can spare another minute for the news, guys. We're going to get into the bubbles and the chat in just a second. But let's look at this piece here. I'm very curious about this one. Here's one that might get your bullish juices flowing this Wednesday afternoon. This one's from Trustnodes, titled "One Bitcoin Might Be Worth $1 billion according to Fidelity." Huh. This is like is this the stock to flow model turned up to 10? Let's have a look here. One of the world's biggest asset managers has become one of the world's biggest Bitcoin bulls with a top-off model that blows all the others out of the water. Jurian Timmer, director of global macro at Fidelity, presented earlier this month a method of valuing Bitcoin that includes a prediction reaching $1 billion per coin in about 2 decades by 2038. All right, guys, you guys wondering how long for a $1 billion Bitcoin?
Wow.
About billion?
Be with a Billy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's right. 2038.
That's how little dollars will be worth, not how much Bitcoin will be worth.
That's certainly something indeed. Timmer combined in one chart the stock to flow model together with his own demand model as shown above. For his demand model, he says Metcalfe's law holds that the number of its users grows linearly, a network's value, or by inference, the Bitcoin price grows geometrically. In other words, Bitcoin's utility, the value, should grow much faster than does the network of buyers, sellers, and exchanges, ATMs, and participating retailers at this time, including directly or indirectly AT&T, Wikimedia, blah blah blah. So yes, what they're saying is that eventually the network, the growth of the network itself and all the participants is one thing, but demand itself will grow, I guess, into infinity. And as such, Bitcoin's scarcity, a kind of a supply-demand dynamic here, puts it at a billy. Let's have a look here. His own demand model grows very slowly to about 1 million by 2030. Honestly, that's how it's been my prediction, 1 million by the end of the decade. While the stock-to-flow supply model increases faster with each halvening, that in combination models a price of 1 million to 10 million by 2030. All right, nice little range there. Interestingly, the demand model appears to be the floor or the bottom of the price historically, while stock to flow seems to fit better with the peak, but the gap between the two grows considerably after 2030. The reason why the significant gap develops, which is not found prior to 2030s, is not clear, but it may simply be due to not taking into account the changes in the value of the dollar itself, something we just mentioned. Yes. Timmer, for example, claims that $1 invested in stocks in the 1700s is now worth almost $4 billion as the value of the dollar changes relative to other assets. All right, so indeed, he's factoring in for the decline of the U.S. dollar. And crazy to think that a dollar invested in the 1700s is now worth $4 billion. Huh. Curious what kind of stock market. Must have been a pretty thin stock market. Not sure how many offerings, how many products were available back in the 1700s, but there you have it. All right, this article does go on and on. If you guys want to check this out, I am going to drop the links to today's stories in the description below. I don't think I have enough time for this last story either. It comes from the block. I'll leave the description in the below. How scammers are exploiting NFT mania. Exploding NFT marketplace has become a ripe target for scammers, capitalizing on the need for support services and chaotic moment that NFTs are first launched. You know what, guys? I was just involved in a bit of a launch myself, getting into NFTs, and I will confirm this was one of the biggest problems we had. People in the community were getting ripped off due to support services, right? They ask a little question, hey guys, what's going on? It's post-launch, I can't see my icon, or I can't do this. My wallet's not connecting or loading properly. And what do you know? Out of the woodwork come all these scammers DMing you saying, hey man, I'm here with support. Why don't I help walk you through restoring your access to your wallet? And that's how the scams happen. So guys, just another PSA for today. Safety is everything. Would hate to hear anybody in our community get wrecked. Never accept unsolicited support or advice via DMs. I'm sure many of you already know this. Never reveal your seed keys, etc., etc., etc. Be careful out there. All right, that's enough news for this afternoon. I'm ready to get into the next segment. We have bubbles next. What's going on in the bubble space? Man, it's green. It's so damn green. It's nice and green. Alts have turned up pretty hard.
It's very beautiful out there.
It's stunning. Big gains today from FTT, the FTX token, Solana, FTX, all on fire. That is a very hot property in recent days and weeks. FTT is up 33%. Another big gainer today is FTM. Phantom is also up 20% today. It's a solid day for Phantom. Other big winners today that are double digits are Eagled up 11%, Rune up 10%, Miota up 14%, ST ETH, Lido Staked Ether. Okay. And beyond that, Comp, Synthetics, Helium Network, Avalanche, Tel, Aave, Sushi, Link, ETH itself, indeed, ETH itself making the bubbles today up all about 10%. Big day for the alts. It's looking mighty good out here. Nary a loser in between them, except maybe this one here, Airweave. But I think Airweave had a pretty big couple of days, so naturally it's going to be a little bit of...
probably just pulling back.
Yep, just a little pullback. But everything else is looking hella green. Only thing left now is for Bitcoin to begin catching up. Is that in the cards? We're going to answer that in just a second when we get into the main TA. That's a look at bubbles, guys. Let's go into the live chat, see who's hanging with us this Wednesday afternoon. The CC audience, of course, legendary. Let's see who's first among them in the chat. David Rice on DLive. What's up, y'all? It's a lovely day. Don't get wrecked. Well, sage advice from David Rice first in the chat. Big shout outs to you, Adam. Yo dudes. Big yo dudes to Adam as well. Cavano Trades. Howdy peeps. Well, howdy to Cavano Trades. Adam, the trend break just now on Bitcoin. Yeah, maybe a trend break. Maybe a lower time frame trend break. We're going to look at that in just a minute. Crypto Jenny. Crypto Jenny, hi everyone. Shoutouts to Crypto Jenny. It is a good day. Well, it certainly is, and it's nice to see regulars or new users of the live chat convert into regulars of the live chat. Crypto Jenny, thank you so much for joining us. Adam really making that scenario I mentioned yesterday of further sideways and compression as we get squeezed between weekly resistances and the 21 weekly EMA, more likely. Indeed, your scenario, Adam, does appear to be somewhat playing out. Alex1233, this is the age of the Ethereum. The age of Ethereum. Oh, is he kind
Aquarius?
Yes, that's what he's spoofing. All right, well, somebody hit up that, what's his name? Crypto Bubble, Little Pop, what's his name? The guy who does all the remixes.
Isn't that? No.
What's his name? I think it's like Little Bubble. It's Little Bubbles, right? All right, cool. Little Bubble. Somebody hit up Little Bubble. I think we got his next remix for him right here. Age of Ethereum, aka Aquarius. Taz Blitz. Good evening, all. Big shout outs to Taz Blitz. Let's see here. Ron Legato's with us on YouTube, waving. Shout outs to Ron. Franklin MC. Good morning. It's the hump day, guys. I can't believe it's already Wednesday. Much like I can't believe it's September 1st already. Just wild. Daniel, hi guys, big shout out to Daniel on YouTube. Adam on YouTube as well says 46.8k, seems like some serious support, and the 48 to 49 serious resistance. Whatever breaks first will determine the trend. All right, well, we'll certainly should know by tomorrow or this week, won't we, Adam? Alex1233, all right, Lemon Army Matey, indeed. Pumping like it's gone out of fashion. The Revolution, shout outs to Revolution. Alex1233, I love days like these. My wife is getting, oh my god, no comment. I'm not going to read the rest of that. Dark Rico, evening all. Big shout outs to Dark Rico. Let's see here. Nitin Soki, hi guys.
I'm glad, like, after the last year of this, Jack has finally learned to read a little bit ahead of the sentence that he's reading.
A little bit, but not by much.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's fine as long as you stop by the end. You're good.
Yes, I agree. That one was funny, but alas, I will not read that on the air. Taz Blitz. Big shouts to you. Nitin Soki, 3812, Ethereum top so far. Oh, did we really hit 3812 today's price action? Oh, holy crap, we did. Incredible.
Pumping right now.
It is pumping right now, guys. Beautiful. A big shout out to Nitin Soki. Indeed, Ethereum doing its thing. A day without lemons is like a day without sunshine. Well, don't worry, the lemons will be coming your way in about an hour. Requesting, all right, I see your request. West Hammer, I see your request as well. Chico Blanco Verano says Pranksy, that is perfect. Indeed. Chico says, I see you're rocking the incognito. Indeed, I am. It's intended to be used as a profile picture, and hence the PFP you see down below. Mr. Ether, let's hope this week isn't the beginning of 2018. Oh, God, don't say that. I certainly hope not. If anything, I feel like we are in September of 17, maybe. David Rice, my Bitcoin is worth $1 billion. Well, It isn't yet, but hit me up in 2038. You might
Currently undervalued.
currently,
That's why it's
yes.
undervalued right now.
Yes, if only we could hit the fast forward button and deliver you at the billion-dollar Bitcoin world, but it might also coincide with a Terminator-like environment out there. We'll see. 2038 is gonna be it's difficult to even imagine what the world will look like by then. Chico Blanco Verano, this is a libertarian cope. Well, I wonder what you're referring to, Chico, but we'll throw down later. Ron Legato, I'll probably be dead by then. Let's see here. Bitcoin is a sidechain of Ethereum now. Ethereum is usurping the throne. Sadly, this is kind of what's happening, but at the same time, with Ethereum's fees and all the other shortcomings, I'm not so sure about that yet. But
I'm gonna have to change.
since the move toward burning and the move we're going to make toward proof of stake and potentially a deflationary trend forming with Ethereum, yeah, I think that might be one of the strongest developments yet in the idea that Ethereum will indeed upset Bitcoin one day. But we shall see. We shall see. Alex1233 requesting. Yeah, I see that. I see your request. Big shout out to GBU Professor Wally. He's with us on YouTube today. Big shout outs, Wally. Let's see here. I see request. I think I'm almost at the bottom list. Interesting thought for those who are afraid of the new world order. Create new means of finance that lock in everyone globally on crypto. West Hammer. If only it were that simple. We still live under under these governments, and they wield a tremendous amount of power, tangible, real-world, manifest power that merely digital communication, merely digital organization alone is not really going to be able to take on such a behemoth, such an existing power structure. But West Hammer, it's certainly an idea. I just don't know if we'll be any better off in that anarcho-cyberpunk future that many people, I think, want in crypto. If Vitalik has his way, I think the world's going to be even crazier. Polly B, big shout-outs to you requesting Raven. Okay, we'll add that to the list. Toes in the sand. Howdy all, just exited my Bitcoin short for now. Somebody's already given up the short. Shaken out just like that. Mr. Ether, Little Bubbles. Yes, that's the one. GBU Professor Wally. Today's a good day to bot. You got to turn on the scalping bots today, is it? Ask about my wiener. What up, fam? I've been on vacation. Well, ask about my wiener dog. Welcome back to the show.
You guys missed that name.
I know he got me that time. He definitely got me. David Rice. Okay, I'm not even going to read that comment. Franklin MC, long on Bitcoin. That is a bit of an audience shout out this afternoon. Much love to our CC fam. Couldn't do without you. But guys, you know what's time? It's time for the TA. We're going to get into the main analysis of the show. It's what you're all here for. Alex, if you could be so kind, go live to share your screen, and we're going to hop into the live scene in just a second. As for the rest of yous, I'm going to be collecting your requests in just a minute. If you don't have a request in yet, be sure to drop it in the chat in the next few minutes. All right, Alex has just gone live. I'm going to hop over to that scene. Here we go. Currently looking at the Bitcoin USD daily chart on BitMEX. Everything is synced up and ready to go. Alex, you have control, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Collect those requests. Cheers, guys.
Okay. Well, tentatively, I mean, I don't blame you for maybe trying to get out early here on Bitcoin. I do feel like this pump on Bitcoin could get faded, so I'm not dumping our Bitcoin short until which we did enter yesterday. We were below zero. Everything was firing off for the short, so I went ahead and put on the short for the group last night, and we're underwater on it right now. We're not stopped out.
Yep. I mean, it's one of those things where you just kind of got to wait till close, right? Can't let intraday price action shake you out. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. I think Alex is collecting his thoughts.
not
Or
sure.
did we
Feel like I
lose
lost.
Alex? I think we actually lost Alex. Okay. Must have been a brief internet outage, guys. Oh,
Bitcoin's price moved down,
Great.
stops messing with the alts, and that sort of allows alts to diverge and do their own thing. And so periods like this where hello?
yeah, you're back now.
Yeah, you're
Unfortunately,
back.
the last
Cut out for a second.
30 seconds. The last 30 seconds, you were completely absent and your screen was frozen. So I think you're
Yeah.
restored now.
Got it. Hello?
Yep, we hear you. I think you're still breaking up.
All right. Am I still here?
Yep, you're
Yeah,
here
yeah.
now. Right now, you're coming in clear. I'm just waiting for your screen to catch up. Maybe if you could switch off and restart your live scene real quick.
Okay.
Also, turn it down to 1080p 15 frames. Alright, guys, bear with us 1 second. Alright, where do you go for the full restart? Come on back, Alex. Alright.
Yeah, he must-
Let's take a look. Let's see here. Cavano trades. Is it ask about my wiener dog, or is it about ask about my wiener dog? I certainly hope it's the latter. Nit and Soki, I see a request. Where do you guys get full specific coin history on TradingView? Binance seems to be limited history. Indeed, some tokens, when they've had plenty of prior market history prior to their listing on Binance or such and such exchange. If you do want to look back, I mean, oh, you're back. Okay.
We can hear it.
All right, go live, my man, and hopefully everything will be restored.
Let's give it a shot. I also closed my my Twitch for now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe try 1080p 15 frames.
Okay, guys, is this too few frames? We've never really done 15 frames before.
For streaming your chart, it's absolutely fine. I think
Okay.
there's not too much motion on chart view.
Jack?
Yep, you hear me?
Okay.
Yep.
If I'm breaking up, that means you can't just trail off in your sentences because I'll think I'm breaking up.
No problem.
Okay.
I'll try to be more diligent, but yeah, go to switch to chart view if you could, because you're currently sharing your Discord screen.
I'm showing my what?
Discord screen. I think you didn't pick your browser. You chose Discord for screen share.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
No problem. All right, guys, just bear with us a minute. Apologize for today's little hiccup. All right, we're back. Everything's crisp and clean, and you're fully up and active. So let's give this another try.
All right, there's not much more to say on Bitcoin. As Cavano pointed out, yeah, we do seem to have broken the downtrend on lower time frames, so we could probably draw this a little better. Either way, it's broken.
I get hesitant with all the bullish news coming out.
For right now, yeah. I'm not going to do anything with Bitcoin. If we get a new initial long signal, we'll take it. Ethereum looking very nice. This is a full measured move of this break. We are now hanging out in this area. I think this is overall pretty bullish. Let's look at this on higher time frames. Oh yeah, I mean, look at this monthly close we just had. Time transformation giving us the go-ahead. I don't see why we shouldn't look to get continuation here on Ethereum. Weekly. Eh. Okay, for right now, as long as we stay above 3,400, I'm bullish. If we close below, this is our new support level. This is our must stay above support level. This is previously the resistance level we were looking at, where it's like, I just don't see us making over it. Well, we did make it over it. So that means we have to stay above it. So back down here, no bueno.
Yep.
Up here, like all good. So for now, do we have an initial long signal on Ethereum here?
I think so.
We might. Let me get rid of our measured move here. I need to check where our qualifying line is. I think we might be above it. Where's my data? Is qualifying line turned off?
I think you'll, yep, click there on the settings of that indicator.
Yeah. Alright, let's check here. No, the NC qualifier is turned on. You know what? Let's take a look at the data window. We almost never do that. This is something that exists on TradingView, guys. You can look at the data for an indicator. Oh wow, you guys can't see it because it's hidden behind Jack's stuff. But over on the right hand side, fourth from the bottom.
Yeah, I use that every day.
Qualifiers 3685.
I'm slowly shifting the screen to reveal that portion, just for this particular tutorial that we're putting on now.
Yeah, so normally we use the watch list, but here you'll find the data window, and that will show you the data for all your different all of your different indicators. So here for the baseline entry qualifiers at 3,685.33, and price is currently above it. So we could not take this trade right now. We would be looking for some kind of pullback that we could then move into that.
Which is, there's a possibility we could see today.
Yeah.
So make sure to check back at close.
All right. So unsurprisingly, Bitcoin dominance is falling here. We are starting to get to a place where maybe Bitcoin will catch up to alts here. So now Bitcoin dominance is starting to look really bad, but usually when things start to look really bad like this after they've already been really bad, that's actually when it's a fake out, and then things become good again, and then we get this move upwards here, right? So let's keep our eyes on it. For right now, this entire area is kind of dominance, support, what have you, whatever you want to call it. Uniswap perp is going for it. It recovered over the covered over our trend line. It stayed above our baseline. This is fantastic. We just got our monthly close yesterday. Let's look at the monthly here. Oh boy. That looks pretty good. This is what we needed to close, but we could also pull back here to retest this area. So we could move up just a little bit, move down over this next month, and then continue. Okay, all right. I think I might end up being wrong about Dragon Perp here. Maybe we won't get a pullback to this area. We don't yet have an initial long signal we can take here, but I'll tell you, if we do close above this area, this is a really good long. We've had resistance, 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 resistance. Close above this spot. It's breaking a very strong resistance level, and I think we could expect to take that back towards the top of the trading range up here. So let's see if we can, the bottom here. It's the top here. If we broke, got this whole range back on the table for us. No question, DeFi is breaking up here. This is solid. This should be a long signal at the end of the day for DeFi perp. See, we're above our baseline, above zero on our oscillator. Water Tower is firing off here. We've got enough momentum. Volatility is expanding. Overall, very positive. We still have some resistance overhead. Ooh. Privacy perp continues to lag the market, but this is probably going to be like a strong break when it happens here. Exchange perp really breaking out. This is, I think, on the back of FTX's move today, FTT. This is an initial long signal, I believe. It's not over zero on the outside. Never mind. It's not an initial long signal yet, but it's a nice break of the downtrend, or a nice break of the, nice crossover of our baseline. Now let's look at the baskets of the overall arts. SHIB perp here continues to stay at resistance, not giving us a long signal yet. But if it behaves like the other alts, then it's most likely going to break out here. Let's look on lower time frames. Push, 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 push. Lots of buying here. And then we break upwards. I can't help but feel that this is going to continue upwards with the market. Well, I'll leave my drawing of this potential future up here. But I do think we're going to break up.
Signs are starting to point that way, huh?
Yeah. All signs point to yes. This is crazy. I guess we're just being front run here. The market's just so bullish. I really thought we were going to pull back towards this area. It's very nice from a technical perspective, but right now, if you were in a short, you've been pushed out. I would wait to see here if we can move this down. If we close above. I move this down even more. At this point, if we close above this area, let's see, support, resistance, 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 resistance. At that point, I'd be willing to take this all the way back towards the top of the trading range. Maybe these are linear trends. Maybe I've got this drawn wrong. So I've been using a log trend. So, okay. This is a breakout. This is pretty strong. So much for the pullback I had drawn out. Well, I got it halfway right. But see, and that's why it doesn't pay to try and overguess what the future is going to do. So, here I'm basically completely right the entire way up, and then we get to my target area, and then if you think, okay, well, Alex has been right this whole time, Alex is going to continue to be right, but then we break up here. So, this is still an good area to have been taking profits, but if you dumped your entire position here, then here we are. We're going up more.
I would not be upset. You got a great grab there. Big chunk.
Yeah.
You don't know if we're going to push up into resistance, then reject. You just don't know if we're
We
going to...
still would have been pushed out here. I mean, we ended up below the moving average. And then it was immediately faded.
Yeah, so that's fine. I mean,
still, I think it's always good to point out. It's like, hey, I was right on the way up, but then I got this part wrong. So I think that stuff is kind of critical. Timing is really important in doing a technical analysis of the markets, and flexibility too. So we have these plans where it's supposed to be pulling back from this area, and it's not doing that right now. So we're just gonna find a way to get long on the things that make sense to get long on. And we've already got one long on in the group. I put on 2 trades last night. I put on the Bitcoin short, and I put on an alt long. And that was kind of an expression of our view that, the alts were going to diverge from Bitcoin here, and Bitcoin looked the weakest.
Yeah. I'm in 2 alts currently, NMR, which hit TP1 today, and then I did take, what did I take yesterday? BNT, that's what I took.
Go Bancor.
Yeah.
All right, so if the markets are doing this well, the dollar just has to be like slammed. It's taking like a baseball bat to the face. It's the only way. If the dollar were up today, this wouldn't be happening. No question, right? There's no question in my mind. What's the dollar doing? Dollar down today. Okay. So this is in agreement with our thoughts last month that we had to close above 93 to actually make it over the support resistance area, and we did not. We actually potentially made a lower high. I don't want to overstate it yet. We could keep moving up here, but for right now, I consider us still below resistance. We've rejected from resistance. Let's look at the weekly here. That's pretty solid to me. We've even got a weekly bearish divergence right here, shown thusly. So it's hard to see, but here you go. We've got this lower high on our oscillator, and this higher high on, well, it's not really price, on the dollar index, on these dollar units. Here we are. We make it above this resistance level, then we reject, start heading down. This is fantastic, guys. This is so bullish. I am so pleased here. Maybe the deadly crypto summer is over. All right, so if the dollar's down, we must just have full-on breakout across the markets, because everything was looking iffy, right? Everything was like, things had been bullish, but now we're pulling back, and the dollar's like sideways. Nah, everything's got to be bullish today. Let's see it. Dow Jones, show me something good. Well, that's kind of like a sour anomaly, isn't it? So we're still below our moving average here on the Dow Jones. We haven't crossed under yet. If we do cross under here, that's going to be a very powerful continuation short.
Yeah.
If that happens, we're going to fire the missiles. That's right. We're going to short the Dow Jones if we get that. We're going to short it from this area. But we have to cross under while staying below this moving average. If we do that, it's a really wonderful technical setup. We'll have made this lower high, getting this, cross under the moving average, like with bearish momentum. We've been kind of expecting this area to be a distribution area, and we were preparing to be wrong. That's essentially, okay, well, hey, we're still bullish. That's great. We're just going to long it and make a whole bunch of money. Going to cry our way to the bank. No big deal. But this is not fantastic today. So let's look a little bit closer at this candle here. Today's candle, we gapped up and then traded down all day. Really, we're just hanging around inside of resistance right now. This is trading sideways. We didn't do anything, really. Okay. All right, well, come on. NASDAQ's got to be good. That looked really strong yesterday, right? Okay, all right. Hello,
Yeah.
NASDAQ. So NASDAQ showing strength. We were looking at Tesla yesterday. I imagine Tesla has done well. Amazon, Facebook, all the fangs. All right, this is kind of, I won't say what we were expecting. This is what we've been expecting since the start of this week. We had a very strong open. Now we were expecting as of last week. We were looking to short the NASDAQ here, and we kind of took it in the face. I mean, there was like a couple days where you could have taken profit, but I don't see why you would have. S&P 500 continuing to march upwards. This is what we were discussing yesterday. It's incredible. It's unprecedented. It's attacking the top trend line, but it's still going.
Yeah.
Let's look at the monthly that we just had. Where's the weakness? Look at this. We're pretty deviated here, but we could go higher. I mean, even the last top got very overextended. We went to the full 8 standard deviations that time transformation could show. We haven't done that yet. So according to time transformation, this isn't even the most topped out the SPY's been. But man, it sure is the most vertical the SPY's ever been.
Yeah. Pretty parabolic. Makes you think that you get one more move parabolically to the upside, then that gets faded.
Man, I don't even know what that would look like. Where would we land?
I don't know. That's what, it's kind of maybe right
I'll
about
say
there.
There's some interesting volume back down here.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably be just the biggest short ever on the SPY.
Oh well, there's really no sense in
Yeah.
there's really no sense in worrying about it right now. Whenever the market finally does pull back, we'll have all the time in the world to chart out potential landing places and scream and cry. It's gonna suck. Wow. So, what else is showing strength?
What's gold doing?
Just trading sideways right now. I am still pretty convinced we're going to move up here. But if we do break this trend line that we are slowly developing, then I'd be willing to at least take profits in this spot. Right now, I think it's going to move up. Just going to sit and watch it. Silver continues to move bullishly, meandering upwards. BCO. Are we going to be right about this oil short? I think we are. Crossed under here. But from another view, we've turned this resistance and support area back into support here. We'll give it a couple days, but I still feel like I still feel like your oil short is going to be just fine, Philly, if you stayed in it. Corn continues to fall here. At this point, I would be out of any longs. I think I suggested being out yesterday. And say we get more follow through. Natural gas, boom, completing target number 1 of what we had been looking at previously. $4.50. You guys will remember, once we broke $3.75, it was, I won't say it was obvious, but we've been watching this trade play out since then. Okay, so if we do stay above 450, the next target area is $5.50, $5.45. Nice confluence between our Fibonacci or trend-based Fib extensions and previous resistance seen back here. Boom, resistance, support, support. So see, it's a nice area to be targeting. Because I certainly feel that this is a strong enough trend that we can expect natural gas to continue to move upwards here.
All right. Alex, it is 2 o'clock. If you do want to, of course, complete your look at commodities, I can certainly allow that. But otherwise, it's time to get into the request, so complete your thoughts.
Yes, sir. Yeah, soybeans continues moving downwards as expected. We didn't look at palladium. Palladium probably getting rejected. Ha 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 ha. We have known this was happening for a while now. See resistance here, support here, resistance here. More downside for palladium. It is known. Okay, well, I am going to have to eat crow on the Russell 2000. We do appear to have broken back into broken back above the support, now resistance, now support again. Russell could move upwards. All right, let's go ahead. We'll do chart requests.
All right, guys, it's 2 o'clock, 3 after 2 to be exact. Going to get into the requests right now. Chest opening comes your way in about 12 minutes, so stand by for that, DLivians. All right, here's the first request of the day. It comes from Alex1233 on DLive. Wants to look at Litecoin.
All right.
Might get pushed out of Litecoin today. We'll see.
Well, definitely time to exit all shorts here. At this time, I would say if we close back above $185, I'm willing to take it to at least $2.20. See this nice volume right here, support here, resistance right here. So that would be the next area to target as resistance. Let's look at the Bitcoin pairing. This is a good place to look to be long Litecoin, right? I would rather be long Litecoin in this spot than be short Litecoin in this spot. You get long near bottoms and you get short near tops. You don't short bottoms. So overall, I feel that Litecoin could continue to outperform Bitcoin here. I would much rather be in Litecoin than in Bitcoin, I think. That being said, if we fell below 3,400 sats or 340,000, whatever, I'd be out. What's next?
All right, wonderful. That's a look at Litecoin. Let's get into the next request. DENT. Westhammer on the DLive. Guys, what do you think about DENT? Is this DENT a coin or?
No, DENT a coin is DNC.
Oh. Well, then DENT it is. I know we've covered this in the past, but we've also mentioned Dentacoin on the channel in the past, so I'm not sure if this was happened to be it. But yes, Binance, top trading pair.
Let's take this. Maybe we're turning support into resistance, or I mean resistance into support. I'll tell you what, if we close above 0.075 or yeah, 0.075 cents, fucking 0.75 cents, then we'd be back above the baseline. We would be above this support resistance level. I'd be willing to take this long all the way back towards some resistance level up here, maybe 1.2 cents. But without having really broken this downtrend yet, being underneath the daily baseline, I'm just not that interested in it right now. What's next?
All right, pass on DENT for now. Let's get into the next request. We have Alex1233.
Yeah, it is a pass on DENT. I mean, think about it. We've like pretty much all the charts we've looked at today looks like this one, right? It's not doing anything that special. Only it's actually kind of weaker than some of the ones we've looked at. Ethereum is stronger for one. What's next?
All right, wonderful. Big shout outs to Electric in the DLive chat. Just dropped a diamond on us. One big fat diamond super chat. Thank you so much. That does go a long way to restock the quickly draining coffers here at the DLive CC chest. With that said, let's go ahead and get into the next request. We have XVS for Alex1233.
All right, I believe that's Venus. That should be on Pancake Swap. Let's
Correct.
check that out. I think it's worth taking a shot at. I would just be willing to quickly dump it if we closed back below this area. But it is possible that we could just be very bullish here and move up. We've seen that on a number of different markets here. Wow. I can't believe how big Venus is. This is a $350 million market cap. There's $30 million liquidity in here.
Pretty wild.
Yeah. So I know we think of this as just another BSC shitcoin, but this is actually a very big market. You know, I just don't know that we can long this yet. Do we have a whole 60? Let me see if we got a whole 60 yet here. Ooh, this is interesting. So I put on the Bollinger Band. As you can see, we're actually bouncing off the bottom of the Bollinger Band. That makes me much more inclined to want to take this long. You think of the Bollinger Band as the edges of volatility. Average volatility. Okay. Best way to handle this. Wait for the break of the downtrend. We get it. Go ahead and take that long. Your first target would be $40. Second would be $50. I'd probably, yeah, $50 be interesting. After that, if we break that, sky's the limit. It's gonna be a while before we hit another true resistance level. Maybe here. Okay, there's a lot of resistance levels. There's plenty of places we can find resistance.
All right. Well, that was a look at Venus for Alex1233. Shoutouts to Boris Bitcoin, who wrote earlier, the Dow Jones ETF has been one of the most boring assets I've ever traded. Can we get rid of this boomer stock index? Here. Let's. What do we need the Dow for? We need a meme stock index. Let's make stocks fun again. Let's.
There is a meme stock index.
Wow. That I'm not surprised, but let's get it at the top slot in the market view. Let's go look at the next request, though. What do we have here, and how are we doing on time? Yeah, 3 minutes to go, guys, so get ready. DLive Ian's going to prep that chest in just a minute. In the meantime, David Rice's request is next, requesting ZIL and Cardano.
Okay. Wait, we don't need to do ZIL here. We can do ZIL here. Well, I gotta say, this looks like pretty much everything else we've charted today. It is bullish. Ethereum is just kind of stronger. We're not ready to take this long yet. We're not above the daily baseline. If we close above it, it'll probably be a good long. And in that case, we're going to take it towards 15 cents next, which is this resistance and support area. See? That's our next target area. And elsewise, we're looking for a pullback towards 10 cents, like 9 cents, really. What's next?
All right.
ADA? Yeah, that's right.
ADA is next, indeed.
You know what? Let's look at the Bitcoin pairing too here for. I don't want to lose the thread on that. And right now, I think I'd rather be long ZIL against Bitcoin. This is not a bad place to be long from. There's a lot of support below us. Lots of consolidation here. Consolidation. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, I think we can at least move up towards 275 sats again. ADA. Well, this is going to be a pretty strong continuation signal here. You have to redraw this. I don't really get it, but it's happening. So this should be a continuation long signal for the end of today. The way things stand. Kind of a baseline bounce long. Volatility is expanding even though we don't quite have enough momentum, but we don't really need it for the continuation signal. So I may take this on ADA, but for right now, with the way things stand, I don't see much weakness here. ADA Bitcoin. Maybe this is a little bit of weak. Maybe a little bit of weak. Maybe there is a little bit of weakness here. We will see on ADA. Let's see how the day closes out.
It's looking pretty
What's
strong.
next?
All right, what's next? I'm going to prepare to open the chest, guys. It is quarter after. I'm just going to introduce the next request, and then I'm going to go open that, give everybody a few seconds to prep for that prompt. And here's the next one. It's from Chico over on YouTube. Wants to look at Ocean.
All right.
Get ready.
Looks kind of like everything else here. Potentially turning resistance into support. Don't have a long signal yet. But if we do get one, then it'll be pretty powerful. Worth taking at least towards like $1.25, I think. What's next?
All right, that was Ocean for Chico. The rewards are almost distributed. Good luck to everyone on that one. What do we have remaining here? We have Polly B. Next up with Raven.
Right.
Big shout outs to Taz Blitz. Took first place today in today's giveaway, followed by Crypto Bull and Alex 1233.
It looks like everything else. It does look like it's going to move up here. It could be turning resistance into support. If it does, we're going to be looking to take it towards the top of the trading range. That'll be around 22 cents. What's next?
All right, shout outs to Taz Blitz on DLive. Just donated another diamond. Much thanks. That does help offset all the lemons we do end up giving away. But with that said, we're going to get into the next request. It's Chico, and he wants to look at BTT.
Looks like everything else. Blah, blah, blah. If it breaks upwards, blah, 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 take it to the top of the next trading range. That's like 0.9%. Let's look at the Bitcoin pairing on this one at least. Bitcoin pairing does not look bad here. We could still pull back here. Just a little. If we break upwards at all, I'd be willing to take it to at least a 30-40% move here. So BTT has potential, but like I said, it does look kind of like everything else. What's next?
All right, shout outs to Chico for the BitTorrent token request. Let me see here. I think, oh yeah, shout outs to B-Flow who joins us a little late in the chat. B-Flow, big shout outs. All right, getting right into the next request. What do we have here? We have Band for Boris Bitcoin. Happy hump day all, requesting a look at Band and ALCX. So let's look at Band first.
Did we get the crossover here? It's got to be a close one. I think we might have. That's a cross. Okay, well, in this case, if we've broken out of that trading range, then I would be looking to take it back towards $15 or so. I like that spot. Just make sure we stay above the uptrend here. It should be good to go. Yes, this uptrend. The linear one. All right, what's next?
ALCX.
Ticker?
It's not ACH, is it? ALCX is ALCX. Top trading
Okay.
pair on FTX.
And Uniswap. It looks righteous. This is a fantastic chart. Take it with my blessing. Take it. Everybody take it with my blessing. What's next?
All right, that was a look at Bourse Bitcoin's look at ALCX and Band. Let's go ahead and get into the next request. Shoutouts to Franklin MC, who also came through with a diamond super chat on DLive. Much thanks for that. Ninsoki on YouTube wants to look at Cardano and Uni.
Already looked at Cardano.
Yep, Uni it is.
Well, that doesn't look that good. Well, like everything else that's below the baseline, we don't want it while it's still below the baseline, right? This is technically still at resistance. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Right now, we're not going to do anything with Uni. What's next?
All right, there you have it. That is Uni. Let's go have a look at what do we have next on the request line? Link. A link for Jose Alves on DLive. Can we look at Link USDT, he asks.
All right. Starting to look interesting. Ooh. Yeah, I just don't know if this one is strong enough to take compared to a lot of the other ones we've looked at. Well, the Bitcoin pairing sure isn't bad. It's very kind of complex inverse head and shouldery right here. This is definitely a higher low. You know, I think Link actually looks really strong here. This is a place where I would want to be long Link Bitcoin from. So maybe Link could really outperform here. And it's just not showing on the USD chart. When you look at the Bitcoin pairing chart, I think this is showing bottoming behavior very strongly. I would far and away want to be long Link here in this spot rather than be long Bitcoin in this spot. So, you know, if that's how you're measuring things, take it with my blessing. I think you guys should be measuring stuff against Ethereum though. Like moving forward, I think we might start doing that.
Yep.
Next.
All right. That was a look, of course, at Link. Oh yes, what I will do. There is a new user of the YouTube regular chat, and we're going to move the request up a little bit just to throw a new user a bone here. This one's for ONURNB. Can you check SENSO?
Is that the ticker?
Yes. Yes, it is. SENSO. Top trading pair KuCoin.
It looks beautiful. This is such a great spot to be picking this up.
Yeah. Gives you a great risk to reward as well. You'll know when to get out.
Oh, Take it with my blessing. I would consider this to be a continuation long signal. We're crossing up here. Having gone down a whole bunch, but remaining above our daily baseline. So come all the way down, we stay above our baseline, and we turn back up, confirmed by our indicator, and that's really our signal. That's our continuation long. So it's like, okay, well, giddy up. Let's take that. So I like it. I like sensorium in this spot. I'd be willing to take it to at least $1. Probably better to target $1.50. So this is an easy 2 to 3x here. It's the way I see this one playing out. At the very least, we're going to $1. Done. It's pre-programmed.
It's just the way she goes.
Yeah. Like, I don't write the rules. I'm just reading them. So this is how it's happening.
All right. Well, in that regard, let's go ahead and get into the next one. Shoutouts to that user ONURNB. ONURNB. Yes. You enjoyed that look at SENSO. There is that. Let's get it to the next one. What do we have here? New cipher for Crypto Jenny of the DLive chat. By the way, shout out to the DLivians. Currently a lemon war in the chat. People throwing lemons with no regard. Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you very much, guys. Keep them coming.
Wow. This is hundreds of thousands of dollars in lemons. I cannot believe your largesse. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now we can all quit our day jobs and just live off these lemon royalties.
Just bask under a lemon tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think lemons grew on trees or something like that. All right. So what was I supposed to be looking at? I'm sorry. You're caught up in the lemon talk. Jack.
Sorry, new cipher and
new cipher.
All right. More data. Coinbase. I think this is pretty good looking. That's not as helpful as I thought it was going to be. We're just going to leave that in the past for right now. Because what I think we should really focus on is this resistance right here. So resistance, 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 broken. I'm willing to take this back to 45 cents next. So yeah, I'd be targeting all up in this area next. Okay. What's next, Jack?
All right, shoutouts to Crypto Jenny. That's your look at new cipher. We only have a couple requests left and about a minute left in the show. Let's see if we can't knock these out. Next one up is Comp Bitcoin for Electric. Breakdown of trend, question mark.
Looks breaking up to me.
Comp Bitcoin.
Oh, Comp Bitcoin. My mistake. Looks breaking up to me.
Break of downtrend. Yes, maybe we are in fact breaking
Break
the downtrend.
of downtrend.
Yes, my bad.
Yes, absolutely it is. And we're above the baseline. I think Comp is likely to outperform Bitcoin. Basically, everything looks like it's going to outperform Bitcoin here, you know? So, Comp, this is a good spot to be picking up Comp. Is this, looks like we've kind of held this linear uptrend. Yeah, sure. Draw it like that. So, maybe does that make sense? Maybe I'm just. Well, if we actually like go in this area and then make one more low. What if? Or, You know what? We made a lower high here. Maybe it's only on the 2-week, but still. We were less bullish on this corner than we were over here. The corner, what have you. Yeah, this is a lower high. Maybe we do retest the lows. Yeah, it's a break of the daily downtrend. Although the other trends have me just wondering. Overall, if you're long comp, I don't think you have much to worry about. And then just take it one day at a time. If Bitcoin starts outperforming everybody, we could look at switching over. What's next?
Well, what's next? I just realized, got the alert on my phone. We got the mentorship session coming up in 30 minutes. We ought to be actually winding things down here. I am going to shout out the remaining requests. Sorry we could not get to every last one, but here, let's hear out who still remains on the board. 2 requests remaining on the board. One is for Mike Maker. He wanted to look at Cello, aka Sea Gold, and of course, one from Crypto Bull. If there's time, he asked, could we look at KSM? Sadly, I think we're out of time, unless Alex is feeling extra generous, because we do have to make time to get to the mentorship session.
Because of the mentorship.
Yes.
Yep.
So, mentorship gentlemen and ladies, of course, who are in the Premium Plus, look forward to seeing you there. That's going to kick off in about 30 minutes, but this is where we wind down the show. The Wednesday edition of the Breaking Bitcoin Market Update ends right around here. Of course, if you do want to get more of our fabulous content, do check out things like Pathways to Profits over on premium.crackingcryptocurrency.com. Of course, that's our course teaching you how to build your own system, become your own trend-following trader, get a winning strategy working for you, along with our suite of proprietary indicators. Our mentorship sessions like today, indeed, you could be eligible to join those by checking out Premium. Finally, do check out Discord as well, discord.crackingcryptocurrency.com, to join our Discord community. And with those formalities out of the way, I guess it's time to wind the show down. Final words to our analysts.
Trade safely, guys. But I'm very long biased, at least in crypto.
Yeah, me personally, my own bias, I'm just kind of feeling a little hesitant just considering all of the really bullish news. But if we start to get bullish signals, then we got to take them. So,
all right.
Kind of in between right now. They could go any way.
Indeed, we follow those trends. Look forward to seeing which this trend breaks which way. Of course, we'll be covering that later this week. See you tomorrow for the Thursday edition. Peace out, guys.
Goodbye.